Welcome to After School Reviews. Please subscribe, turn on the bell icon, please like this video, and leave a comment down in the comment section below. With Halloween just passing, and sadly I didn't get to watch any of the movies I usually watch, that's a shame. November's here, and all of its challenges as well. Now, the thing I want to discuss today in the video is because it's November 3rd, everybody knows what November 3rd means in the United States. We're not going to discuss that, even in the comment section. So screw off in the comment section. We're not discussing that. This is more of an election of rock and roll or an election of music. Rocktober may sound cooler because November... I don't know how you would say something with rock and roll in November. Make something in the comments for that so we can call it that. But I have no idea what the crap we'll call it. But... November clearly has some meaning because that is when something took over completely a few years ago, and completely everybody starts kind of in a cesspool of listening to everything and anything, and I used to be in a cesspool of anything. I remember a lot of stuff. You'd have a playlist on YouTube, and you'd have, you'd add that song, add this song, and you'd have those whole songs in your playlist, and sometimes you'd collect there, and you'd forget about the songs you first added. And you'd listen to them and go, oh yeah, I remember that song. But you probably didn't really like it as much. So you'd skip around and go, new stuff. And you maybe didn't have a favorite band or a favorite area, but you had certain bands or music people that were inside of those categories. Growing up, a lot of the categories, the first band when I grew up, the first band I knew was Kiss. No matter what, the first band I knew of when I was a little wee after-school reviewer, Kiss was the first thing I knew. Why? My father. Clearly makes sense now to today's history and Kiss-tory, so everything checks out there. I'm sitting in a weird position if it sounds different. But we are adding, quote-unquote, into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame of After School Reviews. The first person to ever officially be inducted into the After School Reviews Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was the band Queen. That means I officially like everything from start to finish and everything that's in between, early stuff, after work, all that stuff, and I welcome it gladly. That's still the thing, and I wanted to have Queen only as my favorite band because I remember having those Queen songs in my old category. Also, I don't think I had any Kiss in my category until relatively, not recent, but relatively... It's not recent so much more now because there's so much. I'm like a sponge with history with the stuff, and I've dived fully the frick into that. But Queen was the first thing I was like, okay, you can have a favorite band, and I was like, I remember Queen in my playlist. I remember AC/DC and Van Halen in my playlist. I remember all these other songs in my playlist. Metallica was in there. All these different things were in my playlist. But then Queen officially took over, and I was like, bam, Queen all the way. John Deacon, Brian May, Roger Taylor. That's my hands in the air. Officially, it was just them two all the way. And that's the way I wanted it to be. Until I was inducted into the Kiss Army. But that is completely fine with me. I am glad to be in the Kiss Army, and I will gladly uphold that vote. And since the incidents that have taken place in 2021, not going to specifically say what took place, not that this specific event taking place has made me make this decision or made it more aware, but it has made me fully think, and I've been trying to do this for a while, of thinking. Now, waxing a record or waxing an album, what the flip does that mean? Well, I hear this term all the time from a certain YouTuber, and I'm sure it's from other people as well, but I do have to get this person's take on what that means, because I've waxed the first 4 Queen records in my eyes, and I have waxed the Kiss debut record in my eyes. But now, I'm thinking about inducting a few more people into this Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I will discuss that. Since I just thought of this, that little break we had there, like a 2-second break, I was thinking the same way with franchises, movies, and TV shows. Maybe you've never seen the show Alf, but you decide to see the show Alf now, and you love it. you're fully attached to it. Nobody's going to really hate on you for that, or just now if you finally get into the movie Gremlins, or Halloween, or Rocky, or E.T., or anything. I think this is the same thing as anything, and welcoming anybody into any group, if they were kind of already in the group to begin with, but now their hand was in it, but they didn't know what they wanted. Now they fully know what they want. I know what the flip I want, and I'm fully diving and inducting. This is the election of 2020. The inducting is, first off, this is one that I've been wanting to do for a while, and it was going to happen in January because of reasons. Van Halen. Now, yes, the incident has taken place. We know what incident took place. Rest in peace, Edward Van Halen. Edward was practically a god in the rock and roll community, and he's rightfully so. Van Halen has such an interesting sound. David Lee Roth is a pretty good vocalist for Van Halen as well. But as I said, I want to go through and through the timeline completely if they're being inducted. Will I really induct Sammy Hagar Halen? I don't know. We'll get to that point. But right now, I've kind of waxed pieces of the debut record from Van Halen, and I like what I hear. And it's not. I've heard that stuff, but it's just what's on that record. I'm like, my gosh, I've heard majority of these songs, and it's only on the first record. Who knows what else they have out there? So Van Halen, I've wanted to add on there for quite a while, and I'm thinking finally now I'm going to finally add them. I think they deserve the spot. I think it's fine if After School Reviews adds them in there. I think they deserve it. Clearly, David Lee Roth is on tour with Kiss during the End of the Road World Tour. He's opening. That's kind of a thing of why I'm attached to it. And also the stories of Gene Simmons, finding them, discussing them, making demos for some of the Love Gun album songs, and some of the other Eddie stuff that they've discussed. Look that up if you're interested. The second band I'm adding is kind of recent that I fully wanted to do this, but it's been on the list as well, and it's AC/DC. The reason I want to do this is because AC/DC's been in there for a while, and I just never fully grabbed in there and started. When I mean inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I mean listen to the record. And I don't even think, I just want to expand my music even more. The reason I wanted to focus so much on Kiss and Queen is because I wanted to wax the records completely. I have spent practically a full year waxing nothing but the Kiss debut record. That's the only record I fully, completely go forward and backward on. I freaking listen to that from finish to end every time I listen to it. Not every time, but the only record I listen to start to finish is usually that record. Now, I do the Queen ones in between there. But I haven't came back to them as often as I do the debut record. I have the Queen ones. I have 1 through 4 of the Queen ones. Right now I've stopped at what is it called? A Night at the Opera. I stopped there due to COVID. That's where we stopped. I was going to do Day at the Races. And I guess we'll do that pretty soon here. Especially with it being November. That date's coming up. So Bo Rap's now reaching, 2 years old? I think it has already released its 2-year anniversary. So AC/DC's being inducted. And oh my gosh, the stories there of Bon Scott. My gosh, who'd have known, Bon Scott versus Brian Johnson. So I think right now, for me, I like Bon Scott's voice, but I'm not a hater on Brian Johnson. But my gosh, rest in peace, Bon Scott. But then there's some more people I want to add on here. But those are like the main 3 bands. Oh no, I didn't say the other third one. There's another, I guess I'm going to have 5 bands that I'm fully attached to, but I don't know if I can wear an AC/DC belt buckle like I wear my Kiss one and my Queen necklace like I do, but maybe I can do it. Maybe I can fully, because I used to kind of wear this Kiss one with a little bit of I used to, but now I'm like, nah, screw you guys, I'm in the Kiss army. Have you guys seen a Kiss belt buckle from 1978? That's cool. So that's my opinions now. But when we're talking about rock and roll, we're talking the heaviest thing you can get to in the 80s. Because usually I'd like the 80s stuff back in the day. I used to be 80s all the way. Especially if you look at this room, it clearly makes sense. But now, I want to go back to there and go, oh, and then I'll discuss something else. But one of the bands I want to fully induct, and I think I might be able to do this. If not, fully induct the origin of stuff. That's the origin of these things. May be the only thing inducted. These may be the things that are only the start of induction, only a piece of the band. And it is Metallica. Metallica is like the most metal band you think of when you think of a metal band. Not the most metal, but a metal that I'm okay with listening to. Because anything else, I'm probably going to go, that's too heavy, I'm checking out of here, I can't listen to that in a record completely. Now, how about single people? These are single stars. Now, this is I guess we've entered and exited the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I guess I've got one more induction that's been made in a band that I used to discuss back a while ago, and that would be none other than Vince Neil, Tommy Lee, Nikki Sixx, and Mick Mars. That's Motley Crue. I think the only Motley Crue time period I can stand and really like, yeah, that's Motley Crue, is Shout at the Devil, 1983 area. That era, it's like, that's a nice Motley Crue era, and I like the music videos, and that album is kick. It kicks so much butt, okay? It's like Destroyer in that sense. Like the cover, it's a great looking record, and they look cool there. Tommy Lee looks nice, Vince Neil looks nice. But that will be maybe, I don't think I could fully induct them unless it is just Shout at the Devil. But they're being brought back up. That was a fully waxed record I've listened to, I think, once. But I still go back to a few of the songs. But there are some of the solo stars who is being inducted with the solo stuff. And I think I had another list of this, but we're just going to have to skip. This is the induction of November 3rd, 2020. We are inducting a funk. Funk. Yeah, and it's not rock. It's Rick James. Rick James. You guys don't know who Rick James is? You must be one heck of a super freak to not know. So that Rick James is going to probably be inducted in here because of his connection with Kiss. And actually, one of his songs, Super Freak, is actually in Bohemian Rhapsody. So I feel like, especially how Rick is connected with Kiss, it's just, he's been fully accepted. Especially with this type of music. It's different than what I typically listen to. But Bee Gees, I'm not going to induct Bee Gees into this, okay? We'll see, next year's induction of what the flip is happening. Maybe this is a yearly thing of inducting. I think it'd be cool. I wish I could do that. Maybe we will. Maybe this is the starting of something. And I have to get the stats on how to wax a record. If I haven't said that previously, I've got to message this person. And maybe the next video, hopefully the next video is something else. And then the next video, or an upcoming video will be then. But Rick James, and there's two more people that are solo works that I feel like I might need to add. And that would be the king of pop, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's been in there for a long time. I've had his songs in my little category. And I'm thinking, why not? Michael Jackson, he's Michael Jackson. He's cool, he's Michael Jackson, okay? Screw what everybody says about everything. I might, again, stay with early Michael Jackson. But if I fully get a relationship with Michael, I might continue with that. And then there's one more on top of that. And I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I guess we have a whole life to live. You got to expand your music. You can't just listen to the same 4 records of your entire... You could. But I think you can expand and really dive deep into a record within about a week. But it would take probably about a year for an adult who has a job and, all that sort of stuff. It could take even more than a year. So that's why I'm kind of wanting to do this now. But I really do want to fully get as many albums as I want. But I don't want to leave anything behind. I don't want to listen to something and go, peace, I left that album over there, I don't listen to it anymore. I don't want to do that. I want to fully come back to stuff, re-listen to it, come back and go, like if I get tired of a record, I don't want to go, the whole album's trash, and be like, I'm not going to listen to that anymore. Because most likely, I'm going to like anything, even if it is trash. If it has Queen's name on it or Kiss name on it, I'm probably going to listen to it. Elton John, come on, okay? I just feel like I've got to add him on here. Because the other After School Reviews person who's kind of involved with this channel is heavily kind of dived into that. So I'm going to fully, I guess, maybe address that. But for sure, the main induction we were here having was we are inducting Van Halen back. I mean, these are all being welcomed back. But this time they're welcomed back even with more open arms than they were before. thank goodness, to Freddie Mercury, because without Freddie Mercury, none of this stuff would happen. And I think that's the thing. I was listening to Queen a few months ago, and I was sitting there listening to Freddie, and I was like, you know, he wouldn't want me to just listen to his music. He would want me to expand my horizon. Anybody would want me to expand my horizon. Gene Simmons would go, you know what? What do you listen to our music for? Just expand your horizon. And I would be like, you know what, Gene? You're totally right. I've got to listen to as many things. Of course, he would still want me to listen to his stuff the most, as long as he's getting some revenue from that. Yeah, I'll buy some Kiss records, Gene. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, welcome to the first ever 2020 election on After School Reviews. No presidential election, but it was a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame election. And I think that's worth it. Thank you guys for watching. Said that too early, didn't I? Before I leave, I want to say, who else do you think I should induct in the comments below? And I will make a video soon on how to wax a record, because I really don't even know how to fully wax a record in the sense. What are we listening for? We're listening to each song? Are we listening to each song parts, like the vocals only? Bass only? Are we listening to how the bass and the guitar flow together? There's too much that flow together in this, and I'm overthinking it. Okay, but each song can be overthunk if you try to do it. If you listen to the song, any song, you can break the sucker down. Freaking Bohemian Rhapsody, the song, you can break that sucker down. Okay, you really could break that sucker down, but it's already broken down for you in like sections. So I think that's something that's cool. But say down in the comments if you don't like who I inducted. It's not been official, but it is official, I think. Metallica hasn't started yet, okay? Neither has, well, it's kind of started, okay? Never mind. Seek and Destroy, it's been started, okay? So, welcome to After School Reviews. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, turn on the bell icon, please like this video, and leave a comment in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. It means a lot for you guys to watch. If you're not watching, this is just a video for me. So screw off and say, this video is just for you. Say that in the comments if you made it to this section. And make a smiley face. And I'll go, that's a nice comment. Somebody watched all the freaking way, because this is a long video. But thank you guys for watching. Check out the official After School Reviews Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.